Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through an exemplary extended essay so that way you have an idea. I'm going to actually flip back and forth between two exemplary extended essays so that way you have an idea of what the format should look like for a really good extended essay. Okay, so first thing you need to note, this is the title page of this extended essay. This is actually kind of a weird one. I wanted to show a history one just so that people had an idea. Um, this is another example of a title page. Okay, the title pages, they're not too picky, but some of the things that you need to note. You need, on your title page, you need your research question, you need your name, your candidate number, your subject, supervisor name, that's optional. You can put it on there. I would put it on there just to be safe. And then you also need your word count. Okay, this one got fancy, like the other one. Research question, a little box for all of that information, a little picture of William Blake, right? So that is what your title name needs, or your title page needs. For sure, you need your name and your candidate number. Okay. So that's the title page. You also need to make sure you have your candidate number up in the right-hand corner or up in the left-hand corner. You need to have a candidate number in your header somewhere. Okay. You also need to make sure you have your abstract. Here's the student's abstract. The abstract also has the word count included here. This student has also included their table of contents, um, kind of in a funky kind of way here, but it works nonetheless, right? So they have all of these different sections, and then they have their page numbers here, right? Another example of a table of contents can be as simple as this, right? They didn't necessarily have all those sections. In introduction, they had their extended essay and then their conclusion. Fine, although I would suggest for organizational purposes to have multiple sections. This is okay too, if this is all you have. Okay, so just some ideas there. The student also has his or her page numbers in the bottom here. The student also has, if you look at their introduction, like I had talked about in that last lecture, they have their research question bolded, and remember that to get points in your introduction, you need to have your research question in there. They also have some really nifty in-text quotations. This one looks like it's an APA format, or a fancier version of MLA where they've cited their material down here. Whatever you're familiar with. If you're more familiar with MLA, like the way we did our extended, or not our extended essay, our literary analysis, you can do that format that way. Totally up to you. Okay. But we scroll through, you can see this should be double spaced. I would make it double spaced. Make sure that your paper is double spaced. They have their subject headers in a different format, just to make sure that they're staying focused on that specific section. More of the essay, more of the essay. Keep going, keep going. I'm trying to get to the end so that way you can see something else. Conclusion. Okay, so here's the conclusion. This student did a really smart thing. They put their research question back at the end here, and then they revisited their whole topic. And then at the very end, they have their bibliography, and they did a really fancy job. They had books, and here were all the sources they used for books. They had academic journal articles, so this was their academic journal article sources. They had websites, very little website usage, and some documents here, right? So, and they included it at the end, right? Something I do want to show you on another student's essay, but just so you know, that last essay got 36 out of 36 points. Stellar essay. Some of you may be having to include material. You might have to be including an appendix. So this might be material that you reference, but you can't necessarily squeeze into your essay. So you want to create at the end of your extended essay, before your bibliography, you want to create a section for appendices, right? So like this, a student used a bunch of poems to analyze. So he or she included these poems at the end so that way whoever's grading it could have the poems there with them. Okay, so Appendix 1 has this poem, Appendix 2 has another poem they used, so on and so forth. And then at the end they had works cited page, which this is not an acceptable way to do your works cited. This is a no-no. He or she did not put this in any kind of MLA format or even APA format. So did a great job in the appendix, not so hot on the bibliography. That's what not to do. Okay. So that is what your extended essay should look like, and I will put one of these exemplars as an example. I'll put this one, and then I'll put another, a simpler one too. One that isn't quite as fancy looking, but has all the material, and you guys can pick whichever way you want your essay to look. Okay.